The secret sauce of getting into PA school first round is applying to schools that you want to go to, not just schools that you think that you'll get into. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my channel. I am Tanu, otherwise known as That Derm PA. I'm a dermatology physician assistant practicing in the DMV. It is about my 5th year of practice so far. I'm kind of in that, I would say, pivotal moment of like, I'm new, but I'm experienced, so to speak. So I want to just drop a whole bunch of information, tips and tricks for you guys if you are aspiring PAs, pre-PAs, aspiring dermatology PAs, any other specialty PA, or you love just hearing about people's lives, then this channel is for you. This video was kind of inspired by a spin-off of a series that I'm doing on TikTok where I'm answering all the DMs that people send me, all the questions about dermatology, skin, life as a PA, whatever it is. And so because I got this question so often, I wanted to just do kind of a long form response or a long form answer to this particular question. Now, the main question is how I got into PA school and how I got in first round, only applying to 6 schools. Yes, I know, sounds crazy. I know that PA school has gotten super competitive even from when I was applying a few years ago till now, so I get it. I know it's probably really stressful for those of you who are like in the thick of it with applications. I'm with you. I know it's stressful now, but I promise it is worth it in the long run. So don't fear, just stick to some of these tips that I'm gonna drop in the video. Whew. This sun is really sunning. The heat is coming. I'm gonna start sweating soon. Now I'm gonna be looking down because I wrote down a few things that I wanna make sure I touch on so I don't ramble too much in this video. But tip number 1 in terms of getting into PA school on your first round of applying is you have to be introspective. You have to really know yourself. Now, before I get into this, I do want to mention that because I've gotten so many questions about this topic, I did actually create an ebook that goes even into more detail than what I'm going to give you in this video. The link to that book will be in my bio. Would love if you guys would support me and also drop a comment if you do get it and review the book and just let me know what you think. So ultimately, because in order to even start applying to PA school, you really have to be introspective. You have to understand like what being a PA really is. I know a lot of you guys want to go into dermatology and become a dermatology PA like myself, but what you have to realize is you go to PA school and you learn real medicine. Not that dermatology isn't real medicine, don't get me wrong, but like you have to learn a lot more than just like dermatology related things. So you have to learn about zebras like pheochromocytoma. You have to learn how to read an EKG. You have to be able to manage GI bleed. You have to do rectal exams. Like there's so many things that you do during PA school around general medicine, because that's really what PAs were created for, was to step into the primary care role and give general medicine. But of course, PAs can specialize in any specialty they desire. But if you feel like you're going into PA school because you want to inject Botox, do filler, whatever it is, skincare, it's not the right specialty for you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys on this channel. I will sometimes be cutthroat. No, I'll just be honest with you guys, because really if that's your goal, then maybe think of a career in aesthetics, becoming an esthetician, things like that. Because in PA school, it's hard. You have to go through anatomy, you have to relearn that Krebs cycle, you have to learn about the brachial plexus. I know some of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but you will, and you'll probably cry in the process. And so if you're just looking to get straight into derm and not learn any other medicine, if blood gives you the heebie-jeebies, if you're grossed out by a whole bunch of things medically, then you just might want to think about it before you fully dive into applying to PA school, because you want to not only apply and get in, you want to be able to finish PA school. And so just knowing yourself and knowing if it's something that you're capable of doing is top tier. Now, second tip. Second tip, don't apply anywhere that you do not exceed the minimum requirement. I'm sorry, I told you guys, I'm gonna be honest. If you do not exceed the minimum requirement, do not apply. You are wasting your time. Obviously, if you fall even below the minimum requirement, don't even look at that school, let alone apply. But if you don't exceed the minimum requirement, it's just not worth it. A lot of these programs have like AI and things like that that will literally just they won't even see your application. They'll throw it in the reject pile as soon as you don't meet that minimum requirement. And so it's just not worth the application costs in order to add that into your pool. As I said, I only applied to 6 PA schools, and the secret sauce of getting into PA school first round is applying to schools that you want to go to, not just schools that you think that you'll get into. Let me say that again. Applying to schools that you want to go to, not just schools that you think that you'll get into. So not only do you just want to get in somewhere, but you want to get in somewhere that you can see yourself living. PA school is hard. It is terrible. You will cry, but it is worth it. But you don't want to be in a miserable environment or situation, a place you don't want to be, a place that is maybe far from family, a place that's really cold, whatever it is. You don't want to be in that environment and also going through the stress of PA school. So you really want to try and be very selective as much as possible with your choices, because if you know that you don't do well if you're far away from family, don't apply somewhere that you have to be a flight away, because it's just not going to work for your mental health. It's going to put a lot more stress on you during PA school, and it's just really not worth it. Now, I only applied to places in the DMV kind of East Coast area because I knew that that was where I wanted to be. I only applied to places that had either a 99 or 100% pass rate. Those were some of my particular criteria for the schools that I wanted to go to. In my ebook, I go through, there's 3 pages of different random criteria that you might not have even thought about that you should factor into your decision whenever you're making your list of knowing which PA schools to apply to. Another thing you want to try to look into is maybe doing a deep dive in the school's mission and goals, and making sure that they align with what you want. Now, once you know what you want and you've kind of weeded out those schools that don't fit into your particular bucket, what you want to do then is take that bucket and, I'm sorry, but cut out the schools that don't want you. So cut out those schools that you don't meet their minimum requirement. Cut out those schools that you know that their goal is to foster students straight into primary care, but you know you want to get into dermatology. You're gonna have to cut out those schools, even though you might meet those minimum requirements. It might be something or somewhere that you know you could easily get into. You don't want to go to those schools because it won't help you for your future growth and your future career potential. Because you're only applying to a select few schools, it's going to be way easier for you to tailor your application to the program. This is the second layer in terms of what's going to put you over the top and maximize your potential of getting in first round. Now, if you know that the PA school you want to get into is really big on community and community service, then you want to make sure to highlight, let's say, your volunteer hours and don't lie, all right? Don't lie about your hours, but maybe boost your hours, put more descriptive words inside of the explanation of your volunteer, maybe go into a little bit more detail, maybe name drop if any of those names are important, if that's the school that you want to go to. If you want to go to a school that has a super high pass rate, right? Maybe potentially you want to highlight the fact that you did really well on your GRE, or if you did really well on your PA CAT, if that's something that you have to take, because if you are a really good test taker, meaning you do well on tests like GRE, PCAT, it's going to be likely that you're going to pass the PANCE. And if the school's high priority is keeping their 100% PANCE pass rate, they're going to be more likely to grant you an interview, grant you that acceptance, if they know that you're kind of a tailored candidate to their program. Now, of course, this is something that you're going to have to do some real digging, go into the Reddit forums, look at their website, all sorts of things. These are the little things that are going to put you over the edge, is tailoring your application to the school. Don't just do this blanket CASPA. Even though it is centralized, you have the ability, particularly in your supplemental applications and then also just generally in CASPA, to just put little tidbits there just to put you over the edge, make you a little bit more marketable, and increase your odds of getting in. Now, that's a lot of talking, and like I said, if you want more information on this topic, feel free to get the ebook down below in the bio. Please let me know what you thought. If you guys have any other questions for me about the PA school application process, or if you want me to go into more detail in any topic, feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Sweating. You know, recording in natural light, although it makes the skin pop, it has its cons.